Alright, here we go. Here's my 2018 MacBook Air review.
If you love Apple, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications.
What is going on, guys? Apple World here. So in my last 2018 MacBook Air video, I trashed on it a lot because I was really upset. Mainly because I basically bought the MacBook Air to edit video on the go. And I actually got a lot of hate for this, but I don't think a lot of you guys actually understood me. I edit my videos on my iMac all day and it works perfectly fine. But then sometimes on the weekends, for example, when I'm not home, I wanted a simple computer, a light computer that I could bring everywhere on the go. And I was upset because the MacBook Air didn't allow me to do that. It was just freezing all the time. But it was actually not the MacBook Air's fault. And here's why I want to give you my final impressions, my final thoughts on the MacBook Air, because I'm actually really happy with the MacBook Air right now. The problem was with a plugin that I actually installed with Final Cut Pro with color correction. The plugin is called MLUT. And I discovered that it wasn't the MacBook Air's fault because I actually installed it on my iMac as well. And it totally crashed Final Cut and my iMac completely. I erased the plugin out of my MacBook Air and now Final Cut Pro is editing like a beast. Like a beast. So let's go ahead and start off the review with the design. The new MacBook Air has two Thunderbolt USB-C ports, it's got a headphone jack and Touch ID. And the new MacBook Air is actually made out of 100% recycled aluminum. Now this is amazing. It's not even 50% recycled, it's 100%. So 100% of the aluminum is actually recycled out of this computer, and it doesn't feel crappy at all. It feels such good quality as you would expect, of course, from any Apple product in general. But seriously, I'm so amazed on how Apple actually used 100% recycled aluminum to make this computer. Seriously, if you guys have never actually went to see this in person, go to the Apple Store, check it out, and you will not believe that this computer is actually 100% recycled, the actual aluminum. It's incredible. So this MacBook Air is actually my first MacBook with Touch ID, and I have to say, Touch ID on the MacBook works flawlessly. I wish MacBooks today's in 2018 would have Face ID, because Face ID, I'm absolutely in love with Face ID, because Face ID is a technology that you don't really think about. With Touch ID, you have to put your finger and you have to think on putting your finger. With Face ID, you simply open up your computer and it unlocks by itself. So with 2020 MacBooks, I hope, or 2019 MacBooks, I really hope that Apple adds Face ID on upcoming MacBooks. Please, Apple. Please. So the two most important things for me on a laptop are two things. One, the keyboard, and two, the trackpad. And the new MacBook Air does that so well. The new butterfly keyboard works so incredibly well. The key travel is just, everything is so beautifully designed. It's thin and really clicky. With my 12-inch MacBook, the keys were actually too thin, but with the brand new MacBook Air, the keys are just a little bit thicker, but they're still really thin, and it's just like the perfect size and the perfect materials that Apple has built into this brand new butterfly keyboard. It just, once again, go to the Apple Store and do this. Open it up, open the new MacBook Air, go to the Apple Store, and start, just listen to this. Go to the Apple Store right now. Do me a favor, stop watching this video and go to the Apple Store and go try out the keyboard. Trust me. The speakers are actually surprisingly loud. Coming from my 12-inch MacBook, I found such a big difference. They're simply so much louder, crisper, and so much better quality overall. Now the battery life, Apple says that it can actually last up to 12 hours. In my experience, it has lasted me around 9 hours, so not the 12 hours that Apple says, at least for me. 9 hours of usage. It's okay. The battery life on the MacBook Air is not great. It's definitely not bad because 9 hours is pretty decent. I was just expecting a little bit more of battery life, to be honest. Now let's talk about USB-C for a second, because in my class, for example, this seems to be the major issue that everybody is dealing with. USB-C. Is USB-C that bad as people make it seem? I mean, 2017 and 2018 MacBooks have had USB-C, and now, of course, all MacBooks are going to have USB-C from now on. Now, is USB-C bad? Like, where is USB? Where's my SD card slot? Where's my CD slot? That's a thing of the past, guys, and you guys have to understand that. Now, do you need dongles to connect to everything? And the answer is, it depends, basically, because I personally own everything USB-C. My cables are USB-C, my flash drive is USB-C, and everything that I really do is wireless, and I've kind of gotten used to USB-C, and I buy certain things and I use certain things. Now, everybody in my class, for example, brings USB flash drives, not USB-C flash drives, but standard USB flash drives, and then they use dongles. And everybody starts complaining to me because since they know that I'm the Apple fanboy, they always make fun of me for this. But it's like, guys, Like, it's really simple. Instead of buying a USB flash drive, why not buy a standard USB-C flash drive? Like this, you can connect it to your computer, and like this, you don't have to use dongles. It's like, it's kind of stupid for people who do this, and I get so incredibly annoyed. Like, why don't you get USB-C all things? I've got adapters, I've got flash drives, I got my hard drive is USB-C as well, so it's like, think. Just think. It's really simple. It's simple. So why is this video called the MacBook Air review? Don't be fooled. And it's pretty simple. Don't be fooled by the people from the internet. And I actually have to apologize. The video that I uploaded saying and complaining about this computer, how it couldn't edit video. As I said in the beginning, it was my plugin, and I actually deleted that video is actually on private, so I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry that I didn't actually know that it was the plugin. It wasn't my fault, okay? But don't be fooled by the people from the internet, because barely nobody is recommending this computer. And me, after a month of heavy usage, I have to say I really like the brand new MacBook Air because it simply works so incredibly well. I love the design, and power-wise, what do I do on my daily basis? And should you buy this MacBook Air? And it all depends on what you do. I personally use this computer for graphic design. I use Affinity Designer, and I use the Adobe Suite. I do a bunch of social media. I do a bunch of YouTube. I watch a bunch of YouTube videos. I edit video via Final Cut Pro. And now that I've actually been using Final Cut Pro, how has it been? Now, it hasn't been the fastest, but I can definitely edit videos on the go, which is basically what I wanted. I know I wasn't expecting hardcore graphics on the brand new MacBook Air, but it does its job, and I can finally edit videos on the go. And once again, that stupid plugin that I will never download again, it's finally gone, so I can finally edit videos on the go. So yeah, I totally recommend this MacBook for students. I mean, this is the ideal MacBook for students. Now, there's just some things that I still don't really get what Apple did with this new MacBook Air, things that I don't really like. And starting off with the price, because for $150 more, you can still get the new MacBook Pro. So you have to, choose between one or the other. It's hard for me to recommend you the MacBook Air because the MacBook Pro is just $150 away. But the MacBook Air is such a beautiful design. It's lighter than the MacBook Pro, so it's like, it all depends on what you want. If you want power, if you want more power, definitely get the MacBook Pro. But the MacBook Air, for most students, it is going to be the most perfect computer that you can actually buy. So it's simply not a good value. I guess that's my final conclusion on the MacBook Air. It's not a good value. If Apple would have put this computer $200 cheaper, it would have made so much sense. Like, the MacBook Air would have had so much sense. But now it's like right in the middle, and it's like hard for me to recommend you the MacBook Air. But once again, it is such an amazing computer, but it's not a good value. The base model starts at 128 gigs, which kind of sucks as well. I mean, this computer is expensive by itself, and Apple's not even giving you a bunch of gigs, a bunch of storage that you can actually use. Is also kind of annoying. And the last thing that I have to complain in the beginning of the video, as I said, is the brightness. This computer doesn't really get too bright. But apart from that, I totally recommend you guys this computer. And if you are planning on buying this computer, do it, because it's such an amazing piece of hardware, and I'm sure you're going to love it. I personally do a bunch of heavy usage on this computer. I even did Cinema 4D. Yes, I even rendered Cinema 4D on the MacBook Air, and it worked incredibly well, incredibly smooth. So I have to give big props to Apple for making the brand new MacBook Air actually pretty powerful. I was scared in the beginning, and once again, that video has been deleted, and I'm so sorry once again. But yeah, I have to say, Apple, congratulations. This computer is so good, and guys, don't be fooled about the new MacBook Air 2018. So anyways, I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video surrounding the world of Apple. Actually, see you Monday, because today is Friday and I don't really upload on Saturdays or Sunday unless there's something really important to talk about. So anyways, see you later. Peace out.